Hello everyone, glad to introduce myself. My name is Artika, which is they call me Wayan Artika, is the first name in Bali. So means that I'm really a Balinese. I was born in Bali, Northern Ubud. I've been working for hospitality industry for more than 25 years. Seen all the experience over the 25 years that I got, that I feel like this the right time for me. For the last 5 years, I'm starting my own business field, which is I built and then I firmed the company called PT Dukuh Sakti Group. The Dukuh Sakti Group is the Indonesian local company which is legally having a three scope of business in Bali. Number one is the developer license. Number two is the construction license. And the last one, our business scope is the hospitality management. Dukuh Sakti Group was found by myself. So I'm the founder of the Dukuh Sakti Group in the last 4 years, which is starting when the COVID happening in the world. This kind of force major giving me an opportunity and the brand wash. There is something in your life it cannot be relayed to anyone. It's only relay in your big mental and a strong mental in the long-term life. Start from the worst case happening in Bali, especially in my place in Ubud. There is no one coming to the tourist object. His business was dropped very big, shut down and everywhere. So giving me an opportunity and a chance to find myself, to implementing all the knowledge and the experience that I got in the five-star hotels and the international company that I will lead with for the last 25 years. Hence, by firming the Dukuh Sakti Group and the first project that had been done in the last 4 or 5 years is Dukuh Ubud Villas, which is that is the first stepping stone for me to understand and then to approve myself that I well manage all the experience that I have by producing the product of the very natural product unit villas in the northern of Ubud site. After 2 years that I ran the business, it was a very, very big challenge for me to improve and expanding the business, which is I found the place in the northern Ubud, what we call Payangan. Then now the next project that we hold is what we call ELForest. Once we found the ELForest means that is connecting with all the environments. Let me give you some short meaning of the ELForest. In a Balinese perspective, ELForest it really means that living in harmony with the nature, which is we have a very, very strong base of philosophy of Balinese, especially Hindus in Bali, which is that we need to maintain the three relationships in Bali, what we call Tri Hita Karana. It was a word by the word that the principle and the philosophy is actually is supporting and helping a lot about earth. So based on this philosophy, Dukuh Sakti Group is moving forward with all the projects that always respecting the nature. Let me describing one by one how strong is the Dukuh Sakti Group with this kind of philosophy to very confidently, then very, very glad to produce and then to presenting the project for the long-term profitability for everyone who want to understand and join with us. Number one, how we protect the relationship is need to be in harmony between human and the God. And number one, how in harmony going to be maintaining between human to humans. And then the last one to lock all these things is how the people, how the human going to be maintaining the relationship between human and environment. Based on the three philosophy, we are the Duku Sakti group. We strongly gonna be support and then commitment in the word that we will be always in expanding and producing the project is gonna be in line with God, human, and environments. So with all this principle, with all this philosophy, we have a really clear guidelines, and then a commitment, then very consistently gonna be producing all this project not out of the track. Once again, based on the three philosophy of Tri Hitakarana, the Duku Sakti group is going to be very confidently attracting and then performing a different business for the long term in the company. In the word, we will show how strong is the philosophy is going to be energizing the company, giving us a very, very good aura like what we have now. Let's see the new project that we're expanding, that about 3.5 hectare opportunity land that we already hold, and then work with all the component in the communities. This is going to be very, very good and then very, very big challenge when we have to commit with all this kind of commitment. Because all these three philosophies are going to be very strongly connected with all the legality that we have to be implement based on the developer taking a land to be a place where people are going to stay in harmony. Let's see, number one, how do we need to be approving the project is going to be in harmony with the God? Start from the zero land that we got. We need to be very committed to start all the ceremony, which is taking all the permission to the God that we believe, very, very strongly believe that, giving us the guideline how the land, how the place is going to be giving you all the positive aura. Start from the groundbreaking, so we have to report it to the God to make sure that we get allowed by the God, by signal, by principle, by soul, by feelings, that the place is going to be bringing a very good aura in the future. Number two, how the company going to prove that the three philosophy that's talking about in harmony, human between human. So before we start all the project, we having all the permission by respect from the farmer, from the farmer community, organization, key person of the villages, government who have the authority to approve all the plan, all the project that we propose with. Last one, with the environment. When we start proposing all this kind of legality, all the document to our governments, they will go down and make sure all the environment is well and highly respect. How to prove it? Let me show you one thing. After the land has been proposing to the government to get the right legal that we need, we can prove the projects. So they will checking one by one, cross-check to the God, where is the holy place that you have been very, very respect, where is the people have the authority to approve all the proposals. They will do by their own, and then they get all the thing that they want. The last one, to see on the paper what we call ITR. ITR is how the structure of the land is going to be built with. So they will check it out, how big is the land, what the land is status. Then, once they check all these things, they will be combining all the paperwork and all the environment on the floor. Number one, of course, they will checking what is the status of the land, how the land is going to be protected in the long term by commitments and signed off by the companies. Last one, how this is going to be approved, that we always going to be consistently commit with all the license that given by the government. They will do all the checking, cross-checking with all the aspect and with all the component on the floor. So in the last summary, what this thing means, based on the international, national, or even local regulations, with this kind of strong philosophy, we believe Duku Sakti Group can showing all this kind of new project profitability for investor and who want to live in Bali with a very strong legality base. In meanwhile, in kind of business competitors, actually we have a very big drop and challenge and then attraction on the floor, which is most of the business is running out of the track, hence causing all these things like a panic situation of business. But we are very confidently still going to be getting all this kind of situation as an opportunity to prove there's still left a few company. One of them is Duku Sakti Group, which is passed by all the due diligence and the official government check with all the document, and then proving that we are on the right track to facing the future great business in real estate. Come back to the new projects, the expanding project that we're saying just now, what we call ELForest. There is not just simply a word. There is something that I found with some of my partners and then the co-founder of the Duku Sakti Group is very strongly supported by the community, by governments, by religions, and then all the stakeholder, which is going to be really connecting in the long term of the business with. One thing is very advantage about this project. Within the 5.5 hectare of the rice field and the jungle around, there is going to be a challenge for the company to be a commit. How do we prove that going to be maintaining for the next 30 years at least? We're going to be respect all the environment without excuse. Let's see all and check all the document of the Duku Sakti Group that we are a commitment in beginning when we start the business. There is going to be a maximum 60 to 62% of the land only, and then only the dry land that we only going to use for the buildings. Secondly, how do we prove all the rice field and the jungle is going to be your menu on daily basis for the long term? It's very fresh air, and it's going to be nature thing around you always. And then this one is going to be really protected by regulation. So we have been having a commitment with the community, with the Subak, what we call a farmer organization, to sign up the agreement that the rest of the land is going to be live and commit in the green zones, which is the rice field going to be maintaining on daily basis operation as a product and producing to all people and all the tourists who are staying with us. The rice field has been signed off, the same length of the land where we built the villas for the next 30 years, which is mean any part, any component on this project and this business need to really putting the commitment. There is no one can away from us the kind of commitment, like what I'm saying. Company has been a very, very commit and then respect with the three philosophies, which is this is already legitimate, validated by the governments that we approve by we producing the PBG. PBG is the company right and then the company documents that approving the building has been licensed by governments. However, now what we can learn from the business happening, there is some project, some happening a business, a very big dream. However, in the middle, there's going to be stuck with all this kind of promise and dream that they offer in beginning that they can't approve it in the middle of the way. The company is really, really selling a proof. It's not a dream at all, the big word. The Duku Shakti Group will be not moving forward without all the valid documents to make sure that all the investor is really protected from the first time to stepping into the company. And then they have the legitimation and then the paperwork validates for the next 30 years. There's nothing to worry about, which is the company will only start talking about the business and the official things once all the official document is presented well and validated. Even from the third party, we welcome them to check all the document by doing all the due diligence, which is we love it to do all these things to approve, to make sure that confidently investor will have no doubt to invest with all of our company. In next plan of the Duku Shakti Group, we would like to create a long-term profitability business, but without spoiling all the nature. We trust all the investor, all the people who have come to Bali. They have a very, very smart mindset and a double checking all the thing happening here, which is for us that is going to be one of our competitor or one of our business that we love. Every investor go around and checking all these things. Duku Shakti Group is going to be very confidently attract and then compete with them and then showing how different we are on this kind of business levels. Again, based on the 25 years that my experience in managing in the executive team in the big company and international company, which is I believe and then I have to prove myself. All this kind of experience to giving all the strong, very, very strong and then trustworthy of the place where the investor can be really putting the investment. Duku Shakti Group will be always and commit and consistently respecting all the business for the long term is going to be win-win solution for every aspect. The ego will be driven by all the paperwork, all the documents, as not giving you away from all these what things you need to be done with. Again, all the investor, all of the world, let's come, let's see, let's experience. I invite you to see, to experience by your own. Check by your own what happening in our company, what happening in our projects before you deciding all this long-term opportunity business with us. We are glad all of our teams, all the specialists in our company, in specific departments, will be very happy to invite you and to presenting and then explaining and giving you the knowledge and then all the questions that will come up. We will be answering all based on our regulations. Please come and see our very, very great business project, what we call ELForest in the northern Bali, Payangan, Bali. Thank you very much.